What's going on, everybody? Now, I know there is a ton of excitement surrounding this upcoming trading week in AMC. This could be the week that we see the squeeze, right? There's other YouTubers out there saying that this will be the week we see the squeeze. So in this video, we need to talk a little bit about, one, why it could be the week, but two, if it's not the week, some of the stuff they're basing that on, I don't agree with. So if it's not the week, it's okay, all right? We don't need to go out and sell AMC. We move on and we stick to the plan. So of course, if all of this sounds like something you're interested in, let's get started. What's up, everybody? I'm Clay. I'm here to make 2021 the best year ever. If you haven't clicked that subscribe button yet, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Join us. Become a bro. We are here every single day, and of course, we are growing our portfolios together. All right, now I know there's been a ton of talk about how pivotal this week can be based on the upcoming expiration of options, right? We've got what's called a triple witching coming up. Not only are stock options expiring, but index options and index futures are also expiring on June 18th. So yes, it will be a very big week for the options market and everything that could cause a gamma squeeze in the following week. But I've seen a lot of people basing their assessments and basing their predictions, per se, on what I like to call bad math. All right, now let's go over the numbers really quick, and you can judge for yourself whether or not you think that these other predictions will hold true or not. I'll leave it up to you. I tend to stay on the conservative side, but at least you're going to have the actual numbers. So a lot of people are saying that retail investors hold 492 million shares of AMC. No, we do not hold 492 million shares of AMC. We hold roughly 400 million shares of AMC. Adam Aron couldn't have made it any clearer that there are 501,780,240 shares of AMC outstanding. That means that is the maximum amount of shares that exist. There are no other shares in existence. It's the 501,780,240. That's what you've got. Retail investors, you and I, we own 80% of that. Now, 80% of 500 million is roughly 400 million, okay? Where does that 492 million number come from? That's where all the confusion starts to set in, okay? Adam Aron also said that there are 4.1 million shareholders who hold an average of 120 shares in their portfolio. Now, what he was saying when he tweeted that out was that if you add both of those numbers together, please keep in mind the 4.1 is rounded and the 120 is also rounded. So when you multiply both of those numbers together, that's where you get the 501,780,240 shares outstanding. Now, some people, for one reason or another, they assumed that that's what the retail investors were holding. They didn't do the 80% of the 501 million. They said that, okay, only retail investors are the 4.1 million and they have 120 million shares on average. So that's where they came up, taking those numbers not as rounded numbers, but in fact as exact numbers. So they multiplied out the 4.1 million times 120, and that's where they came up with the roughly 492 million number. That, yes, would leave 10 million shares for institutional investors and the likes. That's not the case. Institutional investors are holding roughly 100 million shares of AMC. Now, please, if you see somebody else using those other numbers, either question it, or you don't have to question it out loud if you don't want to, but please know that the numbers that Adam Aron tweeted out are the correct numbers. He didn't make a mistake on that. Other people are multiplying the wrong numbers together and getting those. So now you know the actual numbers. You can move forward and make a good decision based on that. So it brings us to the second part of the theme here this week. Yes, there is triple witching going on. There will be a lot of options expiring this week and a lot of options expiring in the money. This could be an excellent thing for us. Why? What it could do when options expire in the money is cause a gamma squeeze. Let's talk a little bit about that, and then we'll go just one step further. So if options expire in the money, especially options surrounding AMC, that means that the seller of the call option would either, one, have to have sold a covered call and give up their shares at that price, or two, they would have to go find those shares in the market, buy them, and deliver them to the party that bought the covered call, right? And that buying, that demand could drive the price up, yes. And I've seen some other people saying that stagnant supply, a low supply, increases demand. Not necessarily, guys. Look at this the supply and demand curve. Lower supply doesn't mean higher demand. It means that you can charge a higher price for the stock. Demand and supply are two separate things. I could make 1 million bro shirts and nobody would want them, but I can make one bro shirt and still nobody's gonna want them. I mean, it doesn't, the limited quantity doesn't directly correlate to demand. Sure, it might be more sought after, but that's, we're talking exclusive things there. We're not talking stocks being held and being exclusive. So knowing that's the case, knowing that yes, we could have a increase in demand because of those options that expire in the money, and we could cause a gamma squeeze that then could, yes, trigger a short squeeze. But what do we need to keep in mind? There's a lot of talk saying that call options aren't being hedged for, and they're not being hedged against. You don't have to go out and buy 100 stocks to hedge against one call option. What can you do? If you know anything about options, you probably already know the answer, but a lot of people don't understand options yet. So it's very simple. Let's say you sell a call option, okay? And you're exposed to the unlimited upside potential of the stock price. Now the buyer, he's in a good position, but you're the seller. How would you hedge against that if you didn't want to go out and sell a covered call? You don't have to go out and buy the 100 shares. You could simply buy a put option. Now, let's say you bought the call or you sold the call at $100 strike price. You could also, one, buy a put at the $100 strike price or buy a put at $110 or so on. You can hedge the call in that way. So don't just think that, and hedge funds know this, guys. Hedge funds clearly know that they can hedge against their call options that they've sold and so on and so forth. One of the things that I see people doing very often, and I am going to caution against it, okay? I will caution against it now. I will caution against it tomorrow. And for all of this short squeeze in your entire investing career, hedge funds are not dumb, okay? They know how to hedge their bets. They know how to find liquidity. They know all of the loopholes that they're going to need to jump through. Trust me, they are not dumb. Greedy, perhaps. Egotistical, perhaps. Prideful, perhaps. But they are not dumb. So please do not consider this AMC short squeeze movement easy. Don't consider it something that they're just going to roll over and die and watch us take hundreds of billions of dollars from them. Please get that out of your mind if you think that this is going to be just a game for them where they lose and give up hundreds of billions or trillions of dollars. That won't happen. Now, it is a simple game in the aspect that all you and I need to do is hold. Okay? Now, we talk about this 80% number. The retail investors, keep in mind, that is a term, retail investors. If you believe that 100% of the retail investors are apes, if you believe that 100% of all of the retail investors holding AMC will not sell it, okay, I can understand that. I believe that that's a difficult thing to get your head around and to really think that 100% of the retail investors doesn't include day traders, doesn't include swing traders, doesn't include the people who make a living investing, feeding and becoming vultures on the volatility surrounding AMC right now. It has absolutely drawn in investors like that, and I think it's very naive to think that every single retail investor holding AMC is willing to hold out for the short squeeze. So that doesn't add to the complexity of it. It doesn't change the strategy at all. I see so many people out there assuming that this is going to be a guaranteed thing and assuming that the hedge funds are just going to turn over all of this money to us, and that's going to cause, some people like to call them weak apes. That's going to cause some people to be disappointed, and then I know attention spans are small these days. As soon as people see a little disappointment, they want to jump out and try to move on to the next thing, like a Clover that's doubling in price during the day, or a Novan that's doubling in price during the day. I see people's attention spans when it comes to it, and I absolutely need to caution against it. So yes, although I do believe that this gamma squeeze could be a big deal this week, I'm not going to go on record telling you that this is going to be the week that causes the short squeeze, because I know that hedge funds are a lot smarter than a lot of people give them credit for, and I know that they're not going to just hand over all of these unrealistic bets and unrealistic price points because they couldn't hedge for a couple margin call, or couldn't hedge for a couple options contracts out there that are expiring in the money. So guys, although it could be an amazing week, please, and this is the whole point of the video, please, if we don't see the short squeeze this week, don't give up. Because the people that are guaranteeing the short squeeze this week, if the options expire in the money, I don't like their math. And I also hope that you don't like their math. So please share this video with somebody who can understand that they might be using what we call bad math. Now guys, I want to know your price predictions down in the comments below. And the most important thing at this point, and I've loved all of the comments that I've been seeing, are you still holding AMC? And will you continue to hold beyond this week if we don't see the short squeeze this week? I hope I can predict your answer, and I hope that answer is a yes. But let us know down in the comments below, guys, just so everybody can see that this isn't over. This isn't like some target in the future that is guaranteed this week or something. We know better, and we know the game is to hold the stock and watch it go higher. So if this subscribe button right here is still red, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Join us, become a bro. We are here every single day, and of course, we are growing our portfolios together. Webull, use the link in the description below for Webull. Check out all the links in the description below, especially ClayBro.com if you would like a bro shirt, bro vinyl decal, whatever we got on there. Make sure to check it out. And of course, until the next time, I hope that each and every one of you have an awesome day.